quickly did you see that this guy is something different?
Derek has what you might call universal absolute pitch.
Absolute pitch.
So that means that every note in music, every sound in life, Derek knows what musical note it is.
Wow.
You listen to the Asa Park podcast.
The Asa Park podcast.
Derek, I can't remember exactly when, but I remember seeing you on, maybe with 60 Minutes. You've been on a couple of these big shows. And ever since that day, I thought one day I want to speak to this guy. Like, this is such an interesting guy. So, and finally, we're able to do it.
Yeah, able to do it.
Could you? I don't know if you remember this, Derek. But to start this, I always like to ask people what their first memory of music was.
The first memory of music.
Could you play that for me? The first, like, if I ask you the first memory of music, what would you play then?
Not sure, Adam. What the first memory?
What was the first piece that Nanny heard you play, Derek?
Was it Cockles and Mussels, Adam?
Yeah, Irish folk song. Here we go. The pedal note.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Asa.
Yeah, Adam, you're sitting next to Derek there, and I know you guys. You need to have a very special relationship. When was the first time you heard about Derek?
Yeah, so I used to teach at a school for the blind in London called Linden Lodge.
Linden Lodge.
And what was happening, Derek? How did we meet?
We met because we saw Kelly Fletcher, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I was teaching a little girl called Kelly, and I heard a click on the door, and Derek's mum and dad came in with Derek. And what did you do, Derek?
Pushed Kelly off the piano stool and started to play Don't Cry For Me Argentina.
Yes, you were a cheeky little monkey.
That wasn't too nice.
Yay.
So I think at the time, Derek, I thought you were a bit bonkers, to be honest. There's this little child who seemed to be karate chopping the piano in all directions. And then suddenly I realized that actually you were playing a tune in the middle of all the notes. And it was, as you say, Don't Cry For Me Argentina.
It was Don't Cry For Me Argentina, Adam.
Which you taught yourself.
Which I taught myself to play.
Yeah.
Can I play us a little bit of Don't Cry For Me Argentina?
Please do.
That's cool, Derek.
Yay.
But did it sound like this the first time you came in?
No, it didn't.
It didn't. No.
Sounded more like lots of fingers, and you even used your nose to play a note down.
Use my nose to play a note, yeah.
Because of course, you can't see Derek, you didn't know what pianists were supposed to look like when they played.
No.
So you'd figured it out for yourself.
Yes.
Anyhow, that was how it all
But
started.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
But so how old was Derek then? The first time?
I think when we first met, you were just 5.
Just 5,
Oh.
yes.
And how old are you now, Derek?
46, Adam.
Yes, 46 years old.
Yay.
So it's been an exciting journey.
It has been an exciting journey, yeah.
But okay, so when you got in, you met Adam. You didn't know too much piano. How quickly did Derek learn? Like, what was special with Derek? How quickly did you see that this guy is something different?
Oh, straight away, Asa, yeah. So Derek has what you might call universal absolute pitch.
Absolute pitch.
So that means that every note in music, every sound in life, Derek knows what musical note it is. So for example, if I just play any chord like this, Derek can hear it straight away. Or, I don't know, a more complicated one like this. Just see lots of notes.
and I can hear it straight away. I'd like to code in Norwegian, yeah.
You'd like to go to Norway. You've been to Norway.
I have been to Norway, yeah.
A few years ago.
Cool.
And so that was the, if you like, the gift part of your talent, Derek.
Yeah.
Which would have happened in the first two years of your life.
If I just sing a note now, you would immediately be able to spot it on the piano.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. That's impressive. Okay, so he started to learn quicker, I'm guessing, than most people. Like, how old was he when he was like, when you felt like, now he's like almost getting better than you are, Adam? Because I know you're quite a good pianist yourself.
So I think, to take a step back, Derek, you started to teach yourself when you were about 2.5.
When it was 2.5.
Which actually quite a lot of autistic children who are like Derek do. They find a keyboard, and because they can hear in their head what the music should sound like, all they have to do is find the right note to press. And it's almost like playing a recording in your head and playing along with it. The tricky part for you, Derek, was getting the right fingering so that you could play fluently.
Getting the right fingering so I can play fluently.
So what did we do for every day?
We did chromatic scales. Chromatic scales, Adam.
And major scales.
Ah.
Major scales.
Yes, Derek, get the right notes, we say.
Get the right notes, yeah.
Again, get the right notes?
Yes, Adam.
Not so fast. So we did thousands of hours of practice, actually.
Thousands of hours of practice.
So
And
for
I'm
everyone
guessing then,
like you, Derek, there's the natural talent part, if you like, that came from being blind and autistic when you were a little baby. But then the hard work, there's no shortcut to that. So everyone who's good at anything has had to work hard at it, but also have the natural potential as well, which is what Derek had. And to answer your question, I think by the time you were 10, Derek, you'd kind of outstripped me. So I had to find you some other teachers by then.
Yes, some other teachers, yes.
This is truly a great one. And if you want me to have on more guests like this, I need your help. So if you want to support the channel and help what I'm doing and trying to build over here, subscribe to the show, follow the show. That's the only thing I will ever ask you for. Now, back to the episode.
this is interesting. I think this is very interesting to people, that the logic, and you have to correct me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like if you were to teach me, for example, you probably maybe would have focused more on learning melodies and stuff in order to, because like, I don't know, like that would be a more sensible way of approaching it. But with Derek, who could already, like he knew the melodies. He just needed help figuring out the fingering and the technique. So you would then maybe with him focusing more on the technique, and then when he got the technique, then the tunes would just come out. Or am I wrong there?
No, you're pretty spot on, I think, Asa. So the way people like you learn, Derek,
Yeah.
I call it like from the inside out. So the music's in your
out head.
The music's in your head, Derek, and it's a question of training these things to get it out. Whereas with most children who don't have absolute pitch, the music has to kind of come from outside in. So they might need a sheet of paper with dots on it to tell them what to do. But I teach about 20, 25 autistic children every week. And they all, 90% of them learn by ear, first of all. And then some of them go on to read music, but by no means all.
No. This is interesting. So you're 10 years old, and then Derek can outplay you and a lot of other people. Like, what pieces did you play when you were 10? Like an example, if you could play us something.
Maybe Love, wasn't it?
Where were you when you played it, when you were 10?
At the Barbican.
Yeah, so Derek was at a big concert hall in London playing with the Royal Philharmonic Pops Orchestra when he was 9 years old, actually. And you can still remember the pieces you played, can't you?
And I still can remember the pieces that I played, Adam.
Want to play Love?
I'd like to play Love, Adam.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. This is when I hear you play this song. This is something I also wonder about. How quickly did it go for you, Derek, to separate, to have the right hand do something different than the left hand? I'm not a master pianist, but that's something that a lot of people struggle with. And I'm just hearing you now. It of course, to you now, it comes naturally. But was that something? Like, I'm guessing that needed some practice, or was it something that was second nature to you, Derek?
Was it second nature to me, wasn't it, Asa?
Yeah, funnily enough, the way you hear things, Derek, is actually from the bottom up. So you hear the bass line first, the left-hand part. So really, it's a different way of hearing music. It's a more, what should we say, a more structured way of hearing music. So Derek hears the structure of the music. It's not just a question of hearing a tune and then some chords. Derek actually hears, like if he's hearing an orchestra, he'll hear the lowest notes first, and then very quickly his ear will work up the texture to the highest notes. I think playing left and right wasn't an issue because he always led with his left hand anyway. So by the time we
Yeah.
got to the tune in the right hand, that was the easy bit.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is okay. I want to talk about what you just mentioned there, how you perceive music, Derek. And I know this is a very difficult thing to probably to explain for anyone, but when you hear a new tune on the radio, or if I play the tune for you, if yeah. So how do you mentioned there that you think, or that Derek he hears a new tune, new song, bottom up. So he's listening to the lower frequencies first. What's going on in the bass, and then he gets that, and he probably mentally he's like, okay, this is what my left hand is going to do in this song, and then he kind of builds from there, and then the melody and the chords, and then eventually the percussions, because you of course when you're playing it's very percussive.
Not sure.
Yeah. Can you ask the question again, Asa? We couldn't quite hear.
No, yeah, I'm not sure if there's a question here. Almost like I'm trying to get. I think people hearing you, Derek, are very impressed, and I think I'm trying to understand how you perceive music. And Adam, you mentioned that you believe it's bottom up, so he's hearing the bass frequencies first, and then he builds the song from there. Is that correct? Like, is that the way you do it when you hear something, and then you can just instantly play it?
Yeah, the reason we know that is because we've done lots of sort of tests with you, Derek, haven't you? Which you like.
Some tests, yes.
So, for example, we played lots of very big chords very fast, and got you to repeat them, Derek. And you tended to make no errors at all in the bass line, some in the middle, and rather more in the top. I mean, still 95% accurate, even with 10-note chords. But that gave us the clue that probably the very first thing Derek heard was the bass line, the left hand. But the important thing is all this happens within a fraction of a second, and Derek isn't consciously aware of what he's doing.
Of course. And I think most people aren't.
They're not. No, people have no idea how music makes sense to them. Yeah.
No, and that's the interesting part about music, and one of the reasons I so desperately wanted to meet you is you master this language of music better than most people. Like there's like I don't know anyone who masters it better than you, Derek. Okay, but let's talk about genres, because it seems to me that's something that also fascinates me about you, is that you're very versatile. You can play all styles, all genres. Isn't that correct?
That is all styles, all genres. That is correct, yes.
What's your favorite genre?
Maybe Tiger Rag.
So what style is that?
Let us hear. What is that? Tiger Rag,
isn't it?
Yeah. What kind of music is it?
Not
classical or jazz?
It's jazz, isn't it?
Yeah, it's jazz.
It's jazz.
Could you show me something? Like your favorite, if I asked you, play me your favorite piece right now, what song would you play?
Play Tiger Rag?
I would like to play Tiger Rag.
Here we go
With the pedal then. That was good,
Wow.
wasn't it, Asa? Yeah.
That was very good. That was very good. Are you interested in movie soundtracks, Derek?
I'm interested in movie soundtracks, yeah.
Yeah. You know of John Williams, right?
I know of John Williams, yes.
Could you, if we ask, play us like a medley of some of your favorite John Williams tracks?
John Williams
I
tracks.
think you might have to say what they are, Asa.
Well, it could be Harry Potter.
Yeah, do a bit of that.
Can do a bit of Harry Potter, Adam.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go.
How's Hedvig feeling?
It's brilliant.
Hedwig's feeling
When I hear
okay.
this, it sounds beautiful. I'm wondering, as people who knows you, we've mentioned it earlier, but you're blind, so you cannot see. So I'm guessing you've never read the sheets for this song. So all of what we heard, Adam, Derek is playing this only of his ear.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah, memory's a funny thing. I think it all goes back to that absolute pitch, because when you hear a piece, Derek, you don't just hear it in a rough kind of way.
No.
You hear every single individual note,
Yeah.
and those get lodged in your memory in a way that they don't for people who don't have absolute pitch. So, like, I think when you were playing just now, Derek, you mentally turned on the soundtrack. You could hear all the notes coming through, and literally what you were doing, Derek, was playing along with the soundtrack in your head.
Playing along with the soundtrack in my head.
Of course, being you, Derek, it wasn't just the soundtrack. You were adding lots of other notes as well.
Yeah.
Which I think ultimately is what makes you interesting as a musician. Because, to be honest, if you were just the human iPod, which is what Derek was once called, it would be quite boring, wouldn't it? Because we've got iPods or streaming that does that.
Yeah.
What makes people interesting as musicians is what they bring to the party, and what you bring is your personality and your ability to improvise and to make pieces special. That's the interesting bit about you, Darren. Believe it or not.
Yes, Adam. Yes.
Yeah,
It
adding your
is,
flavor.
Asa.
And also, from what I could hear, you were mixing parts. So if someone read the sheets, you were doing like on your right hand one part of the song, and then on the left hand you were channeling the later part of the soundtrack, which is also it's interesting. It makes it's a different flavor. It makes it interesting. Have you listened to any video games like Super Mario? Can you play that?
I could play the theme from Super Mario.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I can do that, Adam.
Derek, how do you think Beethoven would have played this?
Yeah, you can't do that, Asa. You can go forward in time, but not backwards. So Derek could play Beethoven in the style of
Oh.
Super Mario, but it doesn't work to go the other way.
Okay, yeah. How do you think Beethoven would have played Super Mario?
No, he can't. I'm just saying that you'd need to pick a piece by Beethoven and play it in the style of Super Mario.
And play it in the style of Super Mario.
You can't go backwards in musical style. It doesn't work.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Could you tell me why? This is also interesting by itself.
It's like the musical language is gradually going more complex over the years, and so too it would be like can't really think of it. It would be like saying, say you took a 11-year-old who had a vocabulary of 5,000 words and asked them to speak to produce a sentence in the style of a 2-year-old who had 50 words. It wouldn't really work. You can't you can't collapse 5,000 words into 50 words, but you can take 50 words and embellish them into 5,000 words. It's a bit like that.
Okay. Yeah, but okay, play one of your favorite tunes of Beethoven in the style of Super Mario, like the ragtime Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Can do Beethoven's Fifth in the style of Super Mario, Adam.
Wow.
Sure what Beethoven would have thought.
That is impressive.
Mind you, he was
That
deaf.
is very, very impressive. And it was not an easy one.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. So,
Derek, there's someone special just come in the room.
Who's that?
Hello.
It's Hannah.
Derek.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, love. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Can you come and say hello? Come and say hello to Asa.
hi, Hannah.
Hannah and Derek. Hannah's a singer. They've been working together for 15
I think I lost you. Who's Hannah?
Yeah.
Hi.
So this is
Hi,
Asa
Hannah.
from Norway.
Asa from Norway. Hello.
Nice to meet you, Hannah. I didn't get who are you, Hannah? Hannah, sorry.
I'm a singer, and Derek and I have worked together for, about 15 years, haven't we?
Been 15 years, yes.
Known each other a long
Cool.
time. So.
Like this, I put you on the spot here, but could we hear something of your you guys have done together?
What do you want to do?
Straighten up and fly right.
Yeah, okay.
Yay.
Can I have the notes up?
We're going to do a bit of
Shuffle around.
There we go.
All right, here we go. So,
Okay.
1,
2, 1, 2, and 3.
A bus took a monkey for a ride in the air. The monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzer tried to throw the monkey off his back. The monkey grabbed his neck and said, "Now listen, Jack. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in jiving. What's the use in diving? Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Well, the buzzer told the monkey, you are choking me. Release your hold, I will set you free. The buzzer looked the monkey right monkey right dead in the eye and said your story's touching but it sounds like a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, but don't you blow your tail.
Wow. Wow. Very, very, very nice. Hannah, this is interesting. I want to, if I can ask you some questions, Hannah. You know Derek, and when did you first meet Derek?
Oh, we met 15 years ago. We met actually doing a workshop at a school for children with autism, and someone we both know musically kind of put us together and thought, I think you two might get on. So we did a day in a school together and got to know each other, didn't we, Derek?
We did, yeah.
Had a really, really good time. And then we thought, actually, there's maybe something in this. So we then met up and we created a quartet with a violinist called Ben and a drummer called Ollie. And we've been doing stuff ever since, haven't we? We had some different concerts and all sorts of different performances.
Yes.
How do you feel, Hannah? Like, how is it to play? Because this is interesting because you're saying that you're playing in the quartet. And I think it's easy maybe for people from the outside thinking that, yeah, of course, Derek is brilliant, but he's like, he needs to do his own thing. He's just, but then you're saying that he can work with a bunch of people and play with groups. But I'm guessing it's usually when you're playing in groups, you're giving people sheets and you're like, you have, this is what we're playing. And but with Derek, that is for obvious reasons, it's hard. How do you do that? And how did you, like, do you get my the question? There's a question in here, but
nothing is ever the same, is it, Derek?
No, I know.
Every single time we do a song, that was different to any other time we've done that song. And Derek is the dream as a singer because he can change key. Any key, anywhere. You know, you say, oh, hang on, Derek, I'm feeling a bit tired today. Can we just go down a minor third? And it doesn't even, not a second's kind of hesitation. So that's really exciting. And then working together, do you know, it's not ever been a problem, has it, Derek?
There hasn't been a problem, no.
I guess music, the wonderful thing is that it transcends everything. You can communicate in such a different way, and it's brilliant for us because we aren't trying to create the same thing every time we play it. It actually gives us loads of freedom as the performers working with Derek. We kind of go, well, it's going to be different, it's going to be and it allows you then to be really truly creative because it can't be the same. So therefore we're all listening. You know, the other thing you do as musicians is a lot of eye contact. You know, you're kind of going, right, where are we going from? You do signals and all these little things that you bring in. And obviously we can't do that. And Adam's here with Derek, which is part of it. So sometimes when we're going, we've got to finish, you know, we'll find a way to do that. But a lot of it...
What does Adam do? Adam goes, tap, tap, tap.
Derek.
Finish, don't be Adam.
It's just instinct,
Yay.
musical instinct and listening and feeling where we're going. And Derek's an amazing accompanist, and he listens so beautifully to what I'm doing, all these little nuances that you just do as a musician. You kind of bring in, you just slow something down a tiny bit, and that shows Derek, right, we're going into the next bit. Or you're amazingly kind of intuitive like that.
Yes.
And does it force you, the rest of you playing with him, also to use your ears more? Of course, you're using your ear, but I'm guessing with you need to. But you could also, I'm guessing, rely on him being able to adapt because that's what piece.
It's the best feeling. You know, if something goes wrong, which, you know, in this kind of music, does it ever go wrong? But if something happens, Derek just sorts it out.
I just sort it out. Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's really freeing. And it, you know, and sometimes you get these moments that you just think, where did that come from? You know, just unexpected harmonic progressions or really interesting kind of atmospheres that we've, you know, and this can happen in performance, right in the middle of a gig, and something changes, the atmosphere changes, and we go off in a really interesting direction. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And also you mentioned there the fact that he can just transpose like almost like a machine. It's there's no and I'm not a brilliant pianist myself, but I struggle with some with some keys.
Yeah.
So why don't you, to show that, Derek, why don't you play Flight of the Bumblebee?
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
can play
We'll leave it
Flight
to
of the Bumblebee
Different notes.
on different notes.
Oh God.
So you name a note, Asa, and Derek can play.
F sharp.
F sharp.
Can do F sharp.
Here we go. And pick another one, Asa.
B.
E.
Too easy. Hard one, Asa.
Hard one.
E.
E. Listen, they're also doing it.
There you go.
Do D sharp too, just to show us.
D sharp. Okay.
Wow. That's so wow.
That's unusual, I would
Derek,
say.
wow. That's
I think the other
That's so
thing is
crazy.
because Derek, you don't get nervous or anxious.
No.
You'll take risks in performance, which can be very exciting.
yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't quite come off perfectly, but you say, well, what's the point of music in a digital age where everything is streamed billions of times? People want real live performance, and they want jeopardy, and they want excitement. And I think that's what you provide, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing I'd love to do, if you're open for it, is to do some testing of you, Derek. I wanna shout out some random words. It could be feelings, it could be names, it could be ideas, it could be genres, and I would love for you to play the first thing that comes to mind. Is that something you're up for?
And yes, it is, Asa.
Okay, so the first word I have here is joy.
Joy.
That would be a happy piece, Derek.
Ode to joy.
Ode to joy. There we go.
Could be ode to joy, couldn't it, Adam?
Yeah.
Ode to joy.
Wow. And the next one is a tricky one. Chopin playing Bohemian Rhapsody.
You've done it again, Asa. You've gone the wrong way. I think Chopin playing Bohemian Rhapsody.
What?
Chopin playing Bohemian Rhapsody.
That would mean kind of going back in time, wouldn't it? You'd need to play Chopin in the style of Queen, I suppose.
Oh yeah, sorry, I did that again. Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's like okay, I see that. Okay, but let's do a different one. When I'm just saying the Middle East, what would you play then?
The Middle East. Gosh.
Not sure what I play in the Middle East. I'm not sure.
Maybe if I give you an Eastern mode, Derek, to improvise on. Improvise on that.
Can improvise on that, Adam.
With the, that's it. Go. Yay,
Wow.
well done.
Thank you.
And the
Asa.
last one.
The last
it's a word
one.
that I love, and I think it you exemplify that word perfectly, Derek. And it's curiosity.
Ha!
Curiosity.
Curiosity, Derek. That's interesting.
Yay.
That's quite hard for anyone, I think, Asa.
It is.
Curiosity. Maybe if I give you something quite strange to improvise on, Derek, like this.
Can do that, Adam.
Oh, then.
Wow.
And it has to end on a major
Derek.
chord.
Yeah.
It was curiosity.
It was very
that's what it
curious.
was. Adam, Derek, Hannah, also, thank you so much for your time. This has been a blast. I think a lot of people you're a fascinating character, and you are a brilliant, brilliant musician, true genius. And I hope one time if I come to the UK, maybe we can meet up and we can meet in person. That would be
that.
super
Would
fun.
love to do
And
that.
let me
Yes,
know.
Adam. Would love to do that.
If you guys come to Norway, let me know.
Yeah, we will next time. We went to Oslo one time, but that was 10 years ago, yeah.
Cool. You should come here and play.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
nice.
people would love to come and see you live, Derek. So thank you for your time, and until
so
next
much.
time.
Thank you, Asa. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Asa. Bye-bye, Asa.
Play chopsticks to go out.
Yeah.